Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been such a long time since the last time I did a tutorial and I thought it is about time. I have this Natasha Denona mini gold palette that I bought in December last year and I have used it like a couple of times but not on camera, so I thought why not use this one today. Also, I really love olivey green shades and I think that this palette has very beautiful shades, so why not? And I want to create a full look only using this palette because it is a palette with only 5 shades, and although it's not as expensive as a full-size Natasha Denona palette, it was still quite expensive for what you get. I never thought I would actually buy a Natasha Denona palette because they are so expensive, and I grabbed this one on my way out of Sephora. So, you know those shell-size shells they have near the cashier? Yeah, they always get me. So I thought I would try it. I have done like a couple of looks before and I have to say I really like the shades and they are very pigmented, and especially the shimmery ones are so beautiful. So yeah, I thought I would do a look today with this palette. Let's zoom in a little bit. There. Now we're up close. You can see everything. All my imperfections. Anyways, let's just start, shall we? I'm gonna start with my NYX Dark Circle Corrector in the shade Medium. This, if you remember, this was in my Project 10 pan because I had it in my drawer and I never used it. I was thinking, yeah, I'll use it one day, but I never ended up using it. So that's why I decided to put it on my Project 10 pan. And then I realized that this is actually a nice product. And I don't usually use a color corrector under my concealer because, I don't know, maybe I guess I didn't have tried a nice one before, and I thought that it would be, first of all, extra work, and secondly, it might look cakey because I tend to have dry under eyes, and some color correcting products are too thick and it might end up looking cakey. And I thought that this would be one of those too. I thought that products in a pot like this, they're usually a little bit thick for me and I did not give it the benefit of the doubt. But since I had it, I wanted to use it up. And then I realized that this is actually a very nice product. So that's why I decided to remove it from my Project 10 pan and I use it every time I feel that I need it, which is very often lately. My dark circles are real. I don't know what it is. I feel like I sleep enough. I'm gonna take my sponge and blend it out a little bit. I think it's important for me at least to put it in the inner corner because that's where I get the darkest, and I know that's the case for a lot of people. So that's why I wanted to start with this product, because I am going to apply concealer on my eyelids and I wanted to have some of the color corrector in the inner corner before I put the concealer. Don't mind my naked nails. I almost never not have nail polish on my nails, so I don't know what's happening lately. Am I letting myself go? I don't know. Yes, concealer. I'm gonna use my Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer, which I'm actually running quite low, but I have ordered the Dose of Colors concealer. I've heard very good things about it and I thought it would be nice to try something different. I really like this concealer, it's just that it has good coverage, but you have to set it quite fast because I feel like it creases, and once it creases, it's kind of difficult to smooth out the creases. That's my only issue with that. But other than that, it's nice, and I feel like it's quite hydrating too. So it's not completely matte. I don't know what kind of look I'm going for today. I think I'm gonna use this gorgeous dark green shimmery shade as the star of the show, and I think that's called Antea. I'm not gonna try to say that name. I have a big cup of coffee. I love this mug because it's so big, and I have so much milk in my coffee, which it should called milk with coffee and not coffee with milk. But yeah, anyways, okay, I think I'm gonna do a halo eye. I don't know how it's gonna work because my darkest shade is this one, which is basically a shimmery shade. We'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna try. I haven't set my lids yet because I want the shadows to stick to my eyes as much as possible. I'm gonna start with a brush like this, which is a little bit of a fluffy pencil brush basically, because I want to be precise with my eyeshadow, but I don't want to be too precise. I'm gonna start with this shade here, which I think is called Dark Sepia. I haven't used this in a while, so I know they are pigmented shadows. Let's go how it goes. Yep, that's a lot of pigment. I'm gonna leave a space in the middle because I am doing a halo eye. I'm gonna try to create the shape, and then I'm gonna take a matte shade and blend out the edges. I haven't done a halo eye in ages, so my skills might be a little bit rusty right now. And some on my inner corner. Gotta be careful here. Don't have a lot of space to work with. This brush was a good choice for this job. I am not gonna close it up here because I want it to be only the lighter shade inside, but you can do that too if you like that style of halo eye. See, I'm trying to create kind of a V shape on my outer corner. You can do whatever kind of shape you want. You can even do a kind of a more circular shape, that would also look nice. With my eye shape, I think that a V shape outer corner works a little bit better for me. I think I'm going to blend out the edges before I put the lighter shade in the middle. Okay, I'm taking my Zoeva 221 brush, which is a nice blending brush. I really like the 228 brush to go very precise in the crease, but this one is a little bit fluffier. It's not gonna be super precise, but it's also gonna be good enough to blend everything out. I talk about all of these brushes in my favorite brushes video. I'm gonna link it up here. Okay, I'm taking this shade. There are not so many matte shades. There are only 2 matte shades, so that must be called Bia, B-I-A. So I'm taking that one. As you can see, this color is very pigmented, so I tried not to bring it very far up, which I do sometimes. I get carried away, so that's why I use this brush and not an even fluffier brush that I normally use for my crease. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to drag it upwards a little bit so that it brings my eyes upwards instead of bringing them down. These shadows are very nice and I really like the quality, but I still don't think it's worth the price. I mean, the full-size eyeshadow palettes that do have quite a few shades, more than the usual eyeshadow palettes, they're so expensive. They're $100-something, maybe $200. I feel like that's too much for an eyeshadow palette, especially now. There are so many brands out there doing eyeshadow palettes and they do them so well with a lot lower price. You can find even a lot of drugstore brands that do eyeshadow palettes very well. So I don't know, it's a little bit ridiculous. I don't know the formulation. I do like the quality of this specific one. This is the only Natasha Denona shadows that I've tried. This is a small one and this was $22 or $27. I think it's too much for an eyeshadow palette like this. I mean, yeah, you get 5 shades. It's too much. They are very beautiful again, but you can find equivalent quality in other brands and eyeshadow palettes in general. What do you think? Have you tried any Natasha Denona palettes? By the way, I went back with this color just so to redefine the edges a little bit more, because when I use the green shadow it kind of blended away. I'm just trying to redefine them a little bit again. Okay, now the next step is to put the bright shade in the middle. And I know I haven't set my concealer, but it has dried by now, and either way I want to use my NYX Glitter Primer. I always use it for things like that. I think it makes the eyeshadows stick much better and it makes them look a lot more intense. So I'm just gonna take some with my finger, dab in the middle, and then I go straight with my green shade right here and see how that goes. Ooh, it's so pretty. I feel like I could have gone with a gold too. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna go with this. Yes, that's nice. From all of these shades, the gold one is the more intense one, because those 2 shades are a little bit more shimmery, while this is more kind of a chunky glitter, which it's not very chunky, don't let that scare you, but I really like shades like this because they are very intense and very glittery. Shades like this are a little bit more settled down, but that's what I am working with today. Those eyeshadows are very pigmented and very buttery, but I feel like I could find similar ones on other high-end brands even drugstore brands. So I don't know, for me it's not very much worth the price, I would say personally, but I wanted to try. I mean, she has some very good shadows. Okay, I think that's all for this shade. And I also wanted to say that even though this has a clear plastic packaging, I feel like it doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels actually quite good quality. It might look a little bit cheap to someone, but it is very good quality. You can feel the quality. Let's see, I have a tiny bit of fallout, as you can see, but I'm gonna clean that out right away. But first I also got to put this gray shade back. It kind of got blended away, so let's do that again. It's not very easy to work with dark shades. I'm not really having a lot of problems working with this palette. I feel like it's quite nice and easy to work with, even though they're quite dark shades. They blend out nicely, they're not patchy. It's nice. I'm gonna take a clean-ish brush and just blend out the edges. This is a dark shade, so I don't want it to come too far up. That's it for the eyes for now. I'm going to do the rest of my face and my brows, and I might even put lashes on, and I'll be back to continue the eyes because this is a night tutorial and they'll just take too long. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with a full face. I feel like now everything is coming together and this eye look doesn't look as crazy anymore. I have everything on, base, bronzer, everything. I also put lashes on, and the ones that I'm using today are the Lash Pop lashes in the style Out of the Blue. They were a little bit intense. I had to cut them the first time I'm using it. I like them, but they are a little bit intense. But I thought that they would be perfect for an eye look like this. I didn't show that on camera because first I do have other videos where I show you how to put lashes on. Also, save time. Okay, I'm gonna finish the lower lash line and I'm gonna start with the green shade that we put on our outer corner, and I'm putting that everywhere and I'm trying to connect everything together right here. Okay, now I'm gonna take the same brush that I used to do my inner and outer corner with the same shade. I'm gonna try to do the same on my lower lash line. I'm gonna do the inner and outer part and leave a little bit of space in the middle. Oh, there's so much eyeshadow in my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of the NYX Glitter Primer and I'm going to take a precise pencil brush and take a little bit of that in my brush and just do right here in the middle. And then either take another brush, or if you're lazy, with the other side of the brush that doesn't have glue, take some of that green shade and just stick it in the middle. Same thing on my other eye. It has been a while since I've done a glammed up look like this one. Okay, now I'm gonna take that same brush that we started with and with this shade again, just to blend out the edges a little bit. This is an intense dark look, so bringing the eyeshadow down on the lower lash looks nice. It's not gonna look too much because we already have a lot going on the eyelid. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, take a new flat fluffy brush like this one. This is a Beauty Bay High Shorty brush, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, which we haven't used in this look, and I'm gonna run everything on the lower lash again just to make everything smoother and blend out the edges basically even more. I want it to look as smooth as possible. Final touches. I think we're pretty much done. I'm gonna take some of my highlighter. I'm using the KIKO Milano highlighter in the shade number 2, Glow Fusion. And this is a little bit darker highlighter. I'm just gonna pop that in my inner corner. Right there. Just because I feel like I need a little bit of something. And what I always like to do is just tap a little bit so that it doesn't look very harsh. Now, I actually forgot to set my brows, so I'm gonna take some of my Brow Gel gel. This is a clear gel to set them in place. I always do this. I feel like it makes such a difference. But this is kind of dried out though, which is annoying because I feel like you get a lot of product here and I feel like it dries out a little bit too fast so that you don't get to use everything. And I hate when that happens. I think the last thing that I have to do is lower lash mascara. And I'm taking the Hallberg Infinity Power Lash Mascara, which is waterproof. This is a lengthening mascara. I prefer to use volumizing mascara on my upper lashes because I prefer the volume. And I also don't really like to use waterproof mascara on my eyes because it's so hard to remove. I don't usually use this mascara on my upper lashes, but I love to use it on my lower lashes when it doesn't do that, because as you can see, this has a very small wand, lots smaller than the it's not very small, but it's smaller than the other mascaras. This kind of looks like a brow gels wand, and I find it perfect for my lower lashes because I don't like them to be very voluminous. I just want them to be there. I want them to have too much attention. I also prefer waterproof mascaras on my lower lashes because that way they do not smudge. How am I going to fix this now? I'm gonna let it dry out and see if I can scrape it with a spoolie. But yeah, other than that, we're done with this look. Kind of ruined everything, but this is not going anywhere. Okay, it was nice knowing you. I quit. I honestly don't know what to do about this. This is waterproof mascara. Stand by. I managed to fix it. I had to use micellar water. Basically put concealer and eyeshadow again. But yeah, we're here now. I quite like this look. This is night out. I would totally wear it during the day too, depending on where I would go. But yeah, this is it. I really hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think about it. Please tag me if you recreate it. I would love that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.